America.
All right. So Donald Trump's victory rally, something that's really weird, having a political rally before the inauguration, really not good, to be honest. There's not a good, reason to do this. Whatever. Crazy. Trump's victory rally a day before the inauguration. Typically, when leaders do political things like this or military parades, it's solely for propaganda. Stephen Miller right here is an open neo-Nazi, okay? He wants America to be more white. He's anti-immigration because he does not like non-white people being in the U.S. That is the main reason, and I assume he's going to go on a rant about that exact topic. But it's going to be hidden, It's going to be really disguised in different language. He's never going to say, I don't like these, certain colors of people. He's going to say very avoidant language that still gets to the point.
One more day. Just one more day. It's goodbye, Joe Biden. Goodbye, Kamala Harris. Goodbye, Democrats. And hello to the golden age of America, and welcome back, Donald J. Trump.
So, by the way, Donald Trump is currently scamming tons of people out of millions and billions of dollars with his meme coin, his meme cryptocurrency. They're calling this the Golden Age, okay? And they're bringing back the policies of the Gilded Age. The Gilded Age was really bad. The Gilded Age resulted in terrible conditions for the working class. It was focused on only very few people having all the wealth of humanity. And we're happening to see this again right now, but they're calling it the Golden Age. The Golden Age, guys. It's so fun, the Golden Age. It did not go good the first time, but they want to bring back Gilded Age policies as well.
It's been 4 long years. It's felt like 400 years.
Yeah, and this entire month of January has also felt like 4 years somehow.
4 years of weakness. 4 years of humiliation and embarrassment.
They focus on only emotional terms, by the way. They don't talk about policy, weakness, humiliation, embarrassment. They will use emotionally charged language because it's an emotional politics. They focus on people's fears and anger. They don't get to any logic.
4 years of persecution. 4 years of inflation, poverty, incompetence. 4 years.
Donald Trump admit he has zero policies at all. Trump has zero plans for healthcare, zero plans for inflation, zero plans for grocery prices. He does have a plan, though, to cut taxes for the ultra-wealthy.
Of betrayal.
Betrayal.
4 years of wide open, undefended, unprotected open borders.
Donald Trump had more border crossings than Obama did. He had less deportations than Obama did. Joe Biden was able to take the pandemic disaster and the increase in border crossings and bring it back to pre-pandemic levels. Donald Trump, it increased under him as well, but we don't talk about that. It increased a lot under Trump before he left office, but Trump put all the blame on Biden for that. But Biden was able to manage it, and now we have all-time lows again for border crossings because of Biden policies. But they don't talk about that.
But tomorrow, at 12 p.m., that's all going to end.
And even if nothing changes, they will still say it changed. They will still spread propaganda, even if nothing changes, by the way.
Because
or they'll blame someone else.
After 4 years of fighting, after 4 years of struggle, after 4 years of pain, and yes, suffering, after 4 years
pain and suffering. How dramatic and emotional do you need to be? Again, it's emotional politics. So dramatic. Oh, I'm so persecuted. Life is so unfair. So dramatic, bro. So dramatic. Zero solutions to help people other than mass deportations, which is actually going to hurt the American economy.
Trials. We are now at the dawn of our greatest victory. And each and every one of you shares in this victory. Your hopes, your dreams, your sweat, your sacrifice, your devotion, and those of millions of patriots around this country has delivered America to this moment where we can proudly say that the 47th President of the United States is Donald J. Trump, and the Vice President of the United States.
Okay, keep naming random topics. Don't name a single policy or what you're going to do, or even what you would, or even like a vision for America. Don't say that. Someone said Democrats are the same. I don't remember any Democrat getting $50 billion overnight, leveraging the presidency in a meme coin. Never before has a president been so blatant and open about the corruption without getting any pushback from their followers, because you love it. You love it because you love him. You love him.
States is J.D. Vance. America, ladies and gentlemen, is about to become strong again. It's about to become proud again. It's about to become free again. And it's about to be a country that is respected by every other nation around the world. They're not going to kick us around. They're not going to abuse us. They're not going to exploit us, because they know if you mess with America, then you're going to have to deal with President Donald Trump.
Well, U.S. soldiers were dying under Donald Trump, and Trump still gave the Taliban whatever they wanted in Afghanistan, and then blamed the pullout on Biden, put all the responsibility on Biden for that. 4 times more troops died in combat under Donald Trump, and Trump did not do anything about it. Trump caused more dumb conflict globally. No one ever talks about that because, Democrats don't use dead soldiers for political gain like Republicans do. Donald Trump used those soldiers that died pulling out of Afghanistan, which was already, it was going to be bad. It was always going to be bad leaving Afghanistan. But, the Doha agreements Trump had were terrible. It set a terrible stage for that pullout. Republicans used those lives that were lost for political pawns. They still do to this day. They never talk about Trump's negligence as commander-in-chief.
And Donald Trump will never apologize for this country. Donald Trump will never, ever, ever allow other countries to dictate to us, to tell us how to run our economy, to tell us how to police our borders. Because Donald Trump believes in 2 simple but powerful words, and those words are America first. Let me remind you of all that transpired to arrive us at this moment. The Democrat Party and the radical left did everything in their power to try to put President Trump in jail. They lied about him, they framed him, they smeared him, they defamed.
Donald Trump was not framed or defamed. Every crime that he got convicted of or accused of, he did. When it comes to January 6th, he did try to overturn the election through multiple fronts. When it comes to the hush money case, he was guilty of all those financial crimes. He was 100% guilty by law. They just say lawfare over and over again because they can't deal with the actual case itself. Meanwhile, the Biden-Burisma case, the whistleblower that brought this to attention, the person who helped the Republicans build this narrative about the Biden crime family, that person is federally indicted now because he lied about everything. Meanwhile, again, Donald Trump did legally break all of these laws. All right? He was not lied about. This was not lawfare. The rich and powerful typically don't even see a courtroom. We're surprised that Trump even got to that point. But of course, again, it's claiming victim mentality. They are victims. Everything's so unfair for us,
Famed him. They indicted him. They tried to imprison him and to take away his freedom, to take away his family, to take away his business.
Take away his family. Okay, well, a president with your business, you should divest from your business because it's a conflict of interest if you're president and you're making business deals with foreign nations that benefit your businesses, especially if you're doing it through a crypto meme coin. So, of course, you should divest from your business if you're president. If you're going to be the leader of the free world, you should have to disconnect, which Trump did not do. And the American people just did not put him, hold him accountable for it.
To take away your voice, your future, to take away your hopes.
Take away your voice, take away your future. Most of the federal spending under Biden's policies went to red states, by the way, and red areas.
Your dreams, your government, your country.
It's all emotional. Emotions, emotions, emotions. Cry, cry, cry. Yell, yell, yell. Yell, yell, yell. Cry, cry, cry. Cry. Never talk about any specifics.
And Donald Trump nearly lost his life on a stage in Butler, Pennsylvania, and then again a few short weeks later. And no matter what they threw...
Is he gonna blame... Oh yeah, so he's blaming the assassination attempt on Democrats, although it was like a conservative that wanted just to get anybody. He was looking at Biden and Trump, or Kamala and Trump. The attempted assassination was done because that was the closest rally near this kid that lost his mind. It's that simple. And they blame it on liberals.
At him. No matter the danger, no matter the horrors, no matter the abuse.
Victim. He's a victim. We're on like minute 5 of Donald Trump as a victim. He's abused. He has it so unfair.
No matter the corruption, the persecution, no matter how much the broken system tried to stop that man, he would not be stopped.
Man, somehow, when Trump was president, Joe Biden stole the election. But with Joe Biden as president, Democrats could not do the same. Somehow. Crazy power they had. When Trump was president, they stole the election. When Trump had the FBI, they stole the election. But under Biden, they could not do it. Crazy.
Because he has always been fighting for you. He has always been fighting for all of us. And what is that going to look like?
He is your savior.
Come Monday afternoon.
They come for him because he fights for you. He fights for you when he makes the cryptocurrency and profits off of Americans and sells out America to foreign nations. That's why he's fighting for you. You see, they're building up a victim mentality. Feel bad for him. Feel so bad for him. He is persecuted because he is your savior. Trump is your savior, sent by God. They come for him because he wants to protect you. Of course, yeah, sure.
It's going to mean an executive order ending the border invasion, sending the illegals home, and taking America back.
Again, the only policy being immigration. And again, open white nationalist. He wants America to be more white. Stephen Miller is an open white nationalist. You don't need to say, oh, this guy might be racist. He has written long papers. And he has clearly demonstrated in interviews that he wants America to be more white. Okay, he believes that a more pure America is a better America. This guy is a neo-Nazi, explicitly.
It's going to mean the eradication of the criminal cartels and the foreign gangs who are preying on our people. And it's going to mean justice for every American citizen who has lost a loved one to an illegal alien.
And again, they put it on cartels and violent crime. Okay, we already have methods to go at those issues. Okay, and what they do is they inflate the issue so you think everybody outside your door, everybody in your neighborhood is a member of a cartel or dangerous or whatever, which is not true. And they want to go and attack people who have been living here for a long time with their families. They want to separate these families and blow up entire neighborhoods. You know, people who are completely innocent, who have not done anything to another person other than work hard for their families. They want to go and disrupt these individuals' lives. Most Americans, by the way, want to tackle immigration in a way that if you have been working here, if you are a member of your community, if you've been working here, you have a family, etc., then you should have a path to citizenship. And they agree that violent criminals, okay, should be deported or tried by law and then deported or some combination of that. They did not know Donald Trump wants to go after every single person in America that has any issues with their paperwork at all. Americans, by a vast majority, are not for what Trump's actually going to do with this mass deportation program. And also, if they do it in the way they want to do it in such an unconstitutional way, without any trial, not caring, you know, doing it indiscriminately, I guarantee you some U.S. citizens are going to be caught up in this. Guarantee you.
It's going to mean justice for Laken Riley. It's going to mean justice for Jocelyn Nungaray. It's going to mean justice for every precious soul stolen.
Still using Laken Riley, okay? Still using Laken Riley as a political pawn. Still doing that, by the way. After Republicans voted down, Donald Trump made them vote down a bill that would have helped secure the border. The most conservative border bill ever introduced in Congress. Republicans voted against that because they want to be able to use this issue for politics, because they don't care about Laken Riley. They don't care about anybody except them getting political power. That's why they keep on using Laken Riley's name and pounding her into the ground when they should let her rest. Let her rest.
From us by Joe Biden's open border. Accountability is coming. Justice is coming. The whole federal bureaucracy is about to learn that they don't work for themselves. They work for you. They work for President Trump, and they work for the American people.
Well, that's better than Trump's cabinet nominees who said they would support Trump over the Constitution. So I guess that's a slight improvement on rhetoric versus saying that the Constitution does not matter anymore. So good job saying that. They work for the American people. Although, again, they are letting Elon Musk have an office in the White House, the richest man in human history, who has business connections with China, Russia, and Saudi Arabia, and every corrupt country in the world. This guy's a national security threat. Elon Musk, the richest person to ever exist, who was not elected, not even appointed, by the way, not even confirmed, not even hired somewhere. They're giving Elon Musk an office space in the White House, letting people buy the White House. That is so anti-Constitution, anti our founding principles, antithetical to everything America stands for.
We are about to get our country back and our democracy back. And we are about
But no, it's the deep state bureaucrats working for the government that are the issue.
to have a government at every level that is fighting for you, your family, and your future, lowering the cost of living, lowering the cost of healthcare, defeating inflation, getting criminal thugs off our streets and behind bars.
Again, no one contests that. The big issue is that they want to deport and go after innocent families. Okay, they want to denaturalize. So if you're a citizen, they want to denaturalize you and still deport you. They're framing it like, oh, there's violent gangs taking over this entire country, and we need to do this to get rid of them. But no. They can take one story. They still talk about the same stories they talked about a year ago, because it's not as big of an issue as they're saying, but they have a bigger agenda in mind. And someone said the border bill in chat. You said the border bill had foreign aid in it. The foreign aid was passed in a separate bill. You should know this at this point, because I know someone told you, but that same foreign aid that was tied to the border bill was passed in a separate bill. So the border policy got dropped because of Trump, but the Ukraine funding still got passed. So stop saying that again, or you're just a dishonest liar, and you got to take that up with God.
So that our kids can live in safety. We're not going to walk over piles of needles to take our kids to the park. And we're not going to let the radical left indoctrinate our children into believing there's 435 genders. Because President...
Woo! Everyone's going to cheer so loud, bro. Everyone's going to cheer so loud for this. They're going to cheer so loud because you guys are led around like a cat with a little laser pointer. You just buy into the slogans as they steal from tax dollars, they steal from American workers, they steal from you, using your hatred of immigrants and LGBTQ plus whatever. Like, they hate you. They hate you. They despise you. They think you're stupid. They know you're going to clap and scream about genders. People voted for Trump this election. 99% he won because of genders and pronouns. You see fires in California. You see first responders running into fires. They run into fires, into danger. And the first thing you think is, I wonder what their gender and sexuality is. Like, it's the most pathetic way to look at the world ever. They're going to be screaming for this, by the way.
Trump knows there are men and
there
are women.
There are men and women. Scream
and
more.
And it's not up to you whether you're a man or a woman. That's a decision that's made by God, and it can't be changed.
Let's ignore every part of the Bible we're ignoring. God has no gender, by the way, explicitly in the Bible. God has no genders. Because humans created that concept of gender.
So I ask all of you.
Even the terms like man and woman were not invented until like 400 years ago or something like that.
To embrace this moment for all it represents and everything it means. It's about the triumph of the everyday citizen over a corrupt and broken system.
By cutting taxes for the ultra-wealthy. That's how we're going to fix the system. We're going to cut all taxes for the ultra-wealthy and then cut Social Security and Medicare. Yeah, that's going to really help the American citizen by cutting programs that are geared to help them. Cut the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which holds corporations accountable. Cut all these really good government agencies so you cannot limit corruption, encourage corruption, and cut taxes for the ultra-wealthy. But you give like a small tax cut to the lower class and middle class, so they're happy with it. Meanwhile, you're selling off our entire country to the most corrupt people in human history.
The last not just 4 but 8 years, the MAGA movement has been fighting against every single force that has been decaying, destroying, and decimating our society. It's been fighting the corrupt special interests, the corrupt foreign government.
The corrupt special interest is hilarious, bro. Every one of the richest men in human history are coming out to support Trump because they know Trump's going to give them favors. Trump is switching his position on TikTok after being the person to call for a TikTok ban. Trump is switching his position because he got paid. He got an investor from China. He got paid from the Chinese government. Now Trump is now appeasing the Communist Party of China. Yeah, but it's whatever. Trump is for sale.
the weaponized bureaucracy at the FBI and the DOJ
Buzzwords,
and the intelligence community,
buzzwords.
and it's been fighting a political class that cares only for itself. And they were so...
Yes, but Elon Musk cares about us, guys. He cares about us. Elon Musk cares about us, bro.
Sure they were going to beat us.
As they steal America's data. They steal our data, by the way, and sell it to foreign nations. They sell it to bad actors. They steal our data, invade our privacy. They record us every second of the day. But yeah, they're fighting for us, guys. The richest man in the world. That's what you do. You care about people. That's how you get that rich.
So sure they were going to stop Donald Trump. They were so sure that they were going to crush this movement out of existence. And yet, here we stand today, and MAGA is stronger, more powerful,
emotions,
more united, and more determined than ever before. And Donald J. Trump is about to save this country. And we are about to live in a land where once again, the dreams of America's sons, the dreams of America's daughters, the dreams of America's moms and dads are the dreams that will power and propel this country, this government, and this future. So I want each and every one of you, and I want your families, and I want your children to take this opportunity to feel the pride and the joy and the exuberance in knowing that the American people won. We still control this country. We still control this future.
The American people won. We still control this country.
We still control this government. And
the American people
are
won.
About to inaugurate as the 47th president, our champion, Donald
Our champion.
J. Trump. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America.
Yeah, so building statues of a leader is never good. You should not worship a leader. It's not a good sign if you're worshiping a leader, worshiping emotions over policies. The only thing he mentioned about changing America was mass deportations multiple times, because, like I said, that's all he cares about. Even Donald Trump himself, Donald Trump himself has said that Stephen Miller wants America to look like him and only him. The propaganda is very powerful, though. It works very well because Americans don't really get into the policy stuff. So this message really works. It's a really good speech. It's a great speech. It's a fantastic speech. But yeah, he's lying his ass off, but that's what they're good at. They're good at doing that. They can speak out both sides of their mouths. Nothing matters in reality. It's all emotional. Yeah.
When we approach challenges with strength, clarity, and a shared vision for the future. As the special envoy to the Middle East.
Yeah, I know. Propaganda is power. Propaganda is how every authoritarian country survives when they don't actually govern, when they don't actually do policies that help people. They propagandize people into being okay with anything. And Trump has proven he can do literally anything without his supporters ever wavering. Trump can literally do anything. Anything. And his supporters will support it. Or if it's bad, they'll say, Trump was just joking when he said that, bro.
It is my honor to carry forward this mission on behalf of the president.
Yeah, and the slogan America first was a KKK neo-Nazi slogan during the 40s and 50s and 60s, especially during World War II with the Americans that supported Adolf Hitler and Germany. That slogan is not new. Typically they say America first for those reasons. Nationalism. They praise nationalism over individuality. And over individual freedoms. You have to all serve the nation or serve whoever the God Emperor is.
Thank you. The work we do in this region is not just about diplomacy. It is about creating a legacy of hope, stability, and opportunity. The Middle East is home to extraordinary potential, and through President Trump's leadership, we are unlocking that potential in ways that benefit the region and the entire world. President Trump's achievements are not just a reflection of his policies, but of his core principles. He has always stood for religious freedom, human dignity.
Why are we talking about neo-Nazis? Joe Biden's funding a war right now. Donald Trump funded multiple wars as president. There was a bill on his desk to end the genocide by stopping our arms deals to Saudi Arabia and Trump vetoed it. But you don't know about that. You don't.
Dignity and the belief that every individual deserves the chance to succeed. His efforts have strengthened alliances, encouraged economic growth.
And yeah, it's gonna come for everyone. Like, no one's gonna be safe from this. I might end this and watch later. There's like a snowstorm happening right now. I think I got my segments recorded that I wanted to about TikTok. The final thing about TikTok that I want to record quick, actually, before I get off, because I want to be able to put up a little video about this.
He's a private citizen. He does not. Private citizen. He does not have access to presidential powers. First of all, Donald Trump is not president right now. He's a private citizen. He does not have access to presidential powers. He does not have the ability to do any of that. So, like, please understand that TikTok's decision to name Trump in the notification is a choice. They are signaling that they are privately collaborating. They have agreed to privately collaborate with Donald Trump.
Well, every big tech CEO is going to be at the inauguration. Zuckerberg, Bezos, the CEO of TikTok is going to be on a stage, right? They're really just showing that the tech oligarchs have taken over America, and they're proud of it. So it's not really surprising. And Donald Trump has a lot of shady business with Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, including Trump's new meme cryptocurrency, which has like quadrupled, actually not quadrupled. It made his net worth like 100 times higher.
And the Trump administration. And for all of those concerns that people were saying that TikTok is going to be used as a propaganda tool by the Chinese, understand they're using it as a propaganda tool for the right. Now, I want you all to put all.
Exactly, bro. It's a propaganda tool. They're using it now to influence America in a much more powerful way than ever before. It's getting much worse than the intended reason they banned it for.
All the pieces together, because what this effectively means is that every social media platform, mass social media platform in the United States has been taken over by the right wing, with the exception of Blue Sky, but Blue Sky is still very small, relatively. So when I say put the pieces together, Elon Musk took over Twitter, and there's open reporting. It's pretty obvious as well that they have manipulated the algorithms. They've artificially manipulated the algorithms to boost right-wing content on X and to amplify harassment.
Yeah, and also, if you get people to believe anything about the world, which we saw with this election, people thought Trump was pro-Social Security after trying to cut it with every budget. They thought a bunch of things that were not true. If you own all this propaganda and all these media sites, you can get people to believe anything. And if you get them to believe anything, you can get them to do anything, which is a really dangerous place to be in.
Then you have Meta. So you have Mark Zuckerberg, and I know we're on Instagram right now, saying that they're basically also bending the knee to Trump with their changes to fact checking, regardless on how effective that was in the first place. It's an open signal. First,
Meta was already bad with fact checking. It wasn't exactly a good thing. They were not stopping a lot of lies from being shared. A lot of lies were still being propagated. They got really bad. Of course, Donald Trump tried. Oh, DGG's right.
Let's be honest. The nigga got Kodak Black out of jail. You don't think the nigga gonna...
DDG believes Trump intentionally got TikTok banned so he could take credit for unbanning it. Maybe. I mean, Trump was really anti-cryptocurrency in 2019 as well. 2019, Trump was anti-crypto until he realized he could profit from it. But yeah, this is a psyop. They banned it early last night to say it's banned, but Trump can save it. And then this morning, all of a sudden, Trump saved TikTok. Really powerful propaganda run. And in general, there's been a lot of movement here. But yeah, the efforts of President Trump. He's not president yet. But yeah, Trump has a lot of business dealings, which are making him open to corruption. And that is working very effectively right now. But yeah, Trump wants it to be 50% owned by U.S. companies. And also, there's some issues with... Where was the main thing I saw earlier? Tom Cotton went against Donald Trump, which is a good sign, I guess. Trump begins selling new meme coin, raising ethical concerns. Yeah, just ethical concerns, bro. Fill up the swamp. Give Trump all the money from every country in the world. If you want to buy off Trump, you can donate to his meme coin, and it's untraceable. So now corruption is completely open. Corruption is completely open in America. Hmm. Nice.
That Donald Trump is about to have a rally the day. There's a lot of people online talking about how this feels weird to them, that Donald Trump is about to have a rally the day before he's inaugurated in Washington, D.C. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do know history. This, to me, feels like this is going to be a fire at the Reichstag moment. For those of you who don't know, the Reichstag fire happened on February 27th, 1933, where the German parliament building, the Reichstag building, was burned down. The Nazi leadership then used the fire to claim that communists were planning a violent uprising. They claimed that emergency legislation was needed to prevent this. The resulting act...
Well, in general, they're very anti-government because government is anti-corruption by nature. Government was made by our founding fathers. If you don't know about our Constitution, it was made because of corruption and ultimate power. We said no kings, private entities could not control a citizen, and we need to make sure the citizens have power over a government for the people and by the people, because this government can protect rights, and those rights are defined in our Constitution, and we live by that for a reason. But when they say government's bad, typically a big tech bro says they're libertarians because they want to get rid of the government parts that limit their ability to be corrupt. Not because they care about individual freedoms or anything like that. They want to kill government because it limits Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos from growing so big and becoming their own governments. Because these private entities have so much money and power, they are their own government bodies that are not beholden to any vote from the American people. So I mean, this is a little bit far, but it can be something similar in a sense that, you know, presidents don't have political rallies when they're already elected. They don't want military parades. The only places you see rallies like this and military parades that Trump wants is in fully propagandized authoritarian countries where propaganda supersedes all fact, logic, and reality in general. It's all about worshiping the God, Emperor, King, the dictator, worshiping the state, worshiping the nation over yourself, the nation over the Constitution, the president over the Constitution, Donald Trump, putting Donald Trump next to God. They say Trump is a steward of God or a savior sent from God, as if he's Jesus. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. This is very authoritarian. Even having this rally and getting people to think in a very aggressive and fearful way all the time, it shuts down their ability to critically think, and that's the entire goal of this.
Commonly known as the Reichstag Fire Decree, abolished a number of constitutional protections and paved the way for Nazi dictatorship. Although the communists had not, in fact, developed any plans for the uprising, the impact of the propaganda and the terror on existing fears of a communist takeover convinced many Germans that Hitler's decisive action had saved the nation from Bolshevism. And
I guarantee if something bad ever happens, so like this, for example, or if the economy crashes, they will blame immigrants, they'll blame liberals, they will try to get Americans to fight each other. They want Americans to fight so the ruling class can take all the money for themselves and all the power for themselves. Us as Americans need to push back against that and see what's really happening, but it's hard when they control all the media. So I am really concerned with that. Militia violence or the elite getting the poor or the working class or middle class to fight each other and to fight in wars for them.
And for those of you who don't think that he capitalized on any motherfucking stunt because he's not a stunt queen, I remind you of this and of this, because the minute that this happened on Bourbon Street in New Orleans.
Yeah, they blamed it. They said it was a result of illegal immigration, although the New Orleans attack and also the Nevada or the Las Vegas Cybertruck bomber, they were both former military, and also right wingers. But they said right away they're illegal immigrants, so they're willing to lie about these things. Again, like I just said, they lie. They lie. They blame everything on immigration, or everything on liberals, or everything on, non-white, non-Christian, non-Americans, or just like anyone they don't agree with. And that creates a lot of confusion. And if something goes bad, like an economic collapse, they typically cause people to fight each other, so they can stay in power through that collapse. And then they use all the conflict and like the civil war, and chaos in general to establish more of a surveillance state, which is a really big concern.
When 14 people were killed and people were hurt on the streets, Trump immediately came out and falsely blamed the New Orleans attack on immigration failures. So if some shit happens on this rally the day before the inauguration and they try to take it and use it so that they can suspend the Constitution so his ass can be in power forever, please know that you heard.
Not forever, but the issue is they can already sell any narrative they want. They have AI. They can make up footage. They can share it on Facebook, Meta, Instagram, X, whatever, and people will believe it. People believe anything they see on the internet. They believe literally anything they see on the internet. Number one rule of the internet: don't believe everything you see, but people do. So they can sell any narrative they want. It really depends on how far they want to take it. Because the American public has not shown any ability to deny propaganda. The American public has shown zero ability to actually like stand up for basic principles of reality. They will like call for a civil war on their neighbors before they'll step outside to see what's actually happening outside. They'll trust whatever they see on social media first. We don't have conversations anymore. Communities dying. Isolation is becoming the norm, especially after COVID. We're heading to a really bad place in general. All right. I'll be back on tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out for a little bit. I'll do the actual stream tonight with Collins. All right, I'm gonna go edit some videos, but I'll be back. See you guys in Discord. Thank you. See you guys later. Yeah, trying to get some things recorded. Since TikTok isn't banned, since TikTok was banned for 2 seconds. All right, see you guys later.